All right, we are very excited to be joined by a man of many tastes. Sports is one of them. Our good friend, Ben Shapiro. I didn't even need to intro this guy. Just wake up and go outside as Ben. Ben, it's great to see you, my friend.
Great to see you, too.
Definitely. It's a bracket-style situation that we're about to go through. And I do want to preface it, and we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, the difference between a sports movie and a movie about sports.
Right.
It's an interesting topic because I think there's some movies that can fall in both categories. How do you define either or?
Right, so a sports movie, if you define it narrowly, a sports movie is a movie that is actively about the things that are happening on the field. So, for example, on your list here, 61 is a movie about what's happening on the field. It's whether somebody's going to hit 61 home runs. Movies that involve sports but are not really about the sport, Raging Bull. Right, Raging Bull is much more a character study of Jake LaMotta than it is about, how is he in the boxing ring. And so there's some movies that seem to be kind of both, right? Like Rocky is kind of both. It's about what's happening in the ring. It's an inherent part of the plot that's really important, but it's also mostly what's happening outside the ring. But that's kind of a hard divide because the ones that are kind of like the purest sports movies be like Miracle, 61, like things where the actual sporting event is the plot point that matters the absolute most. Hoosiers probably goes on that list. So Field of Dreams, arguably not a sports movie.
No, I can see that.
Field of Dreams really much more about the relationships and really much more about him and his dad and all of that kind of stuff.
So, David, you brought up the Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski, a bowling movie.
Yeah, not a bowling
100% a bowling movie.
I didn't have any part of this list.
It's a Shabbos movie.
That is true. A show
You don't roll on Shabbos.
You do not roll on Shabbos.
You do not roll on Shabbos.
He can unpost it.
Well, so we have a 24 team.
24 team.
And before we get into this, Ben, I just want to get this out of the way. All right? Know you're a big White Sox fan. It seems like they're in year 19 in a row of rebuilding. I just want your thoughts on the Chicago White Sox. And I really need Jimenez to figure it out because he's on my fantasy team, and it's a fist fight right now.
Yeah, so the best thing about being a White Sox fan is that basically you're always rebuilding.
Yeah.
Right? Every season's on as fresh as a rebuild. Yeah. Like the build never actually happens. You just go right from rebuild to rebuild. So it's exciting. It's like when you buy a house and you get a contractor and you're like, okay, we're going to build this house. And then you show up day one, it's just a bunch of boards. And you come back a year later. And he's like, I'm rebuilding. And you're like, well, but you had to build in order. And he's like, no, we're rebuilding. It's like a rebuilding. And you're like, well, you're fired. Well, so that's pretty much everybody at the White Sox organization. Everybody down to the bat boy needs to be fired.
I think Vince Vaughn said it best when they asked him about goals and dodgeball. I realize that if I don't set goals, I'm not disappointed. And you're never disappointed. Yeah. That's exactly right. I'm not okay, you're not okay, but that's okay.
I don't feel like talking about Major League Baseball teams right now and trade deadlines because I don't know what I'm going to wake up to in the morning. So
you need at some point you got to get over this.
No, I don't. Until I get an apology, I don't have to get over anything.
At least they put you in their highlight film going in the playoffs. Isn't that cool?
It's not good enough. It's not unacceptable.
I actually respect
Spotty reporting.
It is very at best. They CNN you.
Disgusting.
Bad. They did. Brian Cashman, we're talking to you. All right, so let's hop into this. We've got 4 different regions. All right, and the way we did this by using math and science at the same time is you have to give a bye in each region for it to be able to add up equally at the end.
Yeah, essentially we Googled 2014 bracket and we filled it in there.
Yeah. Look, you don't got to give away.
I already knew the answer. I just want to see if they knew.
All right, so let's start up. I'll take the first region here. David, I'll let you take the second one.
I'll take the third one.
Okay, you don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure that out.
Right, whatever.
Okay, thanks. Golly, Hardy boys over here. So I'm going to start up in the baseball region. All right, we did it kind of by sport, so the matchups get a little juicy at the end. Field of Dreams is getting a bye. All right, you see Bull Durham as well as getting a bye. Okay, it just makes it, that makes sense, right? I think people are 50-50 on Bull Durham. I don't want to dive into it too much. I like it. Some other people aren't huge on it. I don't know, Ben. We'll get into it, though. But let's go ahead and start, David. Let's go with the Natural versus 61. This is a juicy matchup. Ben, your thoughts, 2 movies that I need to rewatch because I haven't watched them in a while.
Right.
But
So 61 is wildly underrated and maybe the best baseball movie. We'll see. 61 is a great film. So for those who haven't seen it, it was on HBO. It's directed by Billy Crystal, and it follows the attempt by Roger Maris to break the record for most home runs in a season. Thomas Jane plays Mickey Mantle, and Barry Pepper plays Roger Maris. It's terrific. It's really, really good film. The Natural was based on a novel. The Natural changes the ending. So if you actually read the novel is super depressing.
Strikes out.
It's super depressing. The actual movie is quite charming and glossed over with a lot of use of yellow, and it's very gauzy. The movie. I'm going to go with 61 here, but this is actually a tough call. This is a tough seeding for The Natural and 61.
You did good.
Knocked out early.
I agree with him. I'm going to go 61.
You like 61?
You're a big Natural guy. I know you carry.
The Natural's not only my
so.
favorite film on this list, maybe my favorite film of all time.
Really?
Honestly, that's how much I like The Natural.
It's really
a
good.
film
It's really
noir. It's a film noir Greek mythology picture, but with a baseball plot. Robert Redford's great in it. Zoe Deschanel's dad actually shot this. Caleb Deschanel. Was
really?
Only you would
this.
know
A
this.
fun
Wow.
guy. I love that movie.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
That's what happens when you go up against 61.
That's a super rough seeding.
great
I mean,
movie.
if I'd been seeding this, I would have put 61 up against Major League and Angels in the outfield, up against The Natural, so they at least all make the second round.
Natural's
Well,
a great
it's-
movie, but I'm
well,
definitely going 61.
Well, you could use the NCAA. you could use the NCAA tournament method of I'd rather have the hard matchup early
Get it out
than
early.
late. I don't want to sit here and wait to just run into Kansas in the Sweet 16. I'd rather play them in the second round. All right, so Ben, this one right here. I mean, we got two. I think you could kind of call Angels in the Outfield. It's a comedy, right?
Yeah, it's a comedy.
Sports comedy for sure. Against Major League, which in my opinion is one of the best sports comedies that there is. This is another juicy matchup right here in round one. Where are you leaning?
This one's a little brutal because if you grew up on the Angels in the outfield, you have a real soft spot
Yes.
for Angels in the outfield. And by the time you hit Major League, then it's like, when did Major League come out? It's like early 90s, maybe?
Yes, it was.
So the truth is, Major League is even a little bit before my time, I think. Like, I wasn't old enough to watch Major League when it came out, but I was old enough to watch Angels in the outfield when it came out. So that means that I watched Angels in the outfield probably 3 times in the theater.
Yeah.
So it's the wrong call, but I'll go Angels in the outfield here.
89 on Major League.
89. I was 5.
Okay.
I was 5 years old, and Major
Yeah.
League is not appropriate for
Yeah.
anyone under the age of 15.
That's such a good analysis because I grew up on Angels in the Outfield.
Right.
I
So
wore
you
out
have
the
this like soft
VHS.
spot, and if you rewatch it today, you'd probably be like, I don't know.
I agree with that.
Christopher Lloyd, like, what's happening right now?
the
But,
writing kind of sucked.
right, exactly. But it's like one of those movies where you like Hook. Like you watch Hook now, and you're like, there's some real problems with this
Yeah.
movie. But if you grew up on Hook, you're like,
It's a
Hook
great-
is awesome.
What's the biggest problem with it?
That Peter Pan's a criminal.
He's the villain.
Has Blaine told you
Kidnapping
that?
kids, man.
Has Blaine told you this? He's right.
I mean, he's going.
And I don't say that a lot.
He's going to kids' house in the middle of the night and stealing them.
In tights.
Came to Neverland, and Captain Hook's just trying to get him back to
He's
their
a
family.
good guy.
Wow.
Hook's the good guy.
I like this take.
Yeah,
This is a good hot take. I like this.
It's a real take. Really break.
I like it. I like it.
You know?
Okay.
I mean,
Look, to me, I think Wild Thing, that's one of the greatest scenes in the history of all movies, him coming out to that. I'm going to go Major League, but we're going to Angels in the Outfield.
Go Angel. I like
Blaine, what do you like
We
in
all
here?
grew up on it. We all grew, especially me and Ben.
Yeah, I forgot you were like
Me and Ben
12.
grew up on it.
I forgot Blaine's
One of
11.
my favorite movies, is actually, Angels in the Outfield. So it's crazy. I love it.
All right, so we got 61 and Angels in the Outfield moving on. All right, man.
So that means 61 versus Field of Dreams.
Yeah, 61
Yeah,
versus Field of Dreams right here, Ben. I mean, this is...
I got to go Field of Dreams.
Okay.
I got to go Field of Dreams. Even though I love 61 as a sports movie, as a movie that has sports in it, Field of Dreams is I mean, the last, if you're a dude, the last 5 minutes of Field of Dreams, like some of the greatest 5 minutes in the history of film, it's just phenomenal. It's what baseball is missing right now.
Yep.
Baseball should be marketed toward dads and their sons. And instead, they're trying to market it like it's basketball and it's about the excitement. That's not what baseball is. Baseball is nostalgia and dads and sons. Yeah, I got to go Field of Dreams here.
I love it. The kind of the Masters vibe a little bit.
Yep.
Blaine, what do you think real quick?
To be honest, I'm gonna go Field of Dreams as well.
We're going what?
I'm gonna go Field of Dreams.
How about you go first from now on? So we
okay.
can
Exactly.
see would not trail Ben.
I'm getting the vibe
I agree
here.
with Ben. From a marketing standpoint, the baseball's just not where it needs to be right now.
Yeah.
Field of Dreams is
All right.
great job.
Look, it's a great strategy.
It is.
Trail the
Hey, didn't
smartest
the White
guy.
Sox play at the Field of Dreams? Ended it with a walk-off?
Of course. You mean in the
Like in
first-
real
the
life,
first-
yeah,
in real life.
Oh man, I really wanted to go to that game.
Dude,
I did.
me too. That'd be so
Tim
sad.
Anderson,
cool.
I think,
He
hit
had to walk off into the corn.
Right.
Into the corn.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That's
awesome.
great. That
Yeah.
setting. That setting's great. All right, so we go to Angels in the Outfield versus Bull Durham. All right, real quick, David, your pick.
Angels in the outfield for the
Angels
same
in the
reasons
outfield.
he said. Matthew McConaughey's playing outfield.
That's true.
For God's sakes.
That cast is like
Give me the
there's an
Angels.
actual cast in that movie.
And a father-son, the torn relationship. I'll always
It's
love
Danny
that.
Glover and Matthew McConaughey.
That is true.
It's like the lethal weapon of sports movies.
It's true.
I'm going to go Bull Durham because I'm a Bull Durham guy. I like it.
Yeah.
I loved Angels in the Outfield growing up, that and The Mask.
I'm gonna go Angels in the Outfield. I think Bull Durham's a mediocre movie.
Really?
Yeah, it's extremely mid to me.
Okay,
Not
wow.
a huge fan of
Here it is.
Ben, what's your thoughts?
So I'm gonna go for the upset here, and I'll take Angels in the outfield, even though
Wow.
again,
Love it.
It's you know what. Screw it, man. All the film critics would say, obviously, Bull
Yeah.
Durham here, because Bull Durham versus Field of Dreams has always been like the final matchup. But you know what? No.
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 Dare to be different.
That's right. Okay, so my problem with Bull Durham is that everything that has to do with Kevin Costner and Tim Robbins is great, except for Tim Robbins throwing the ball. He can't Nuke LaLoosh he throws like Barack Obama. Like,
you can't
every time dude goes for a fastball, I'm like, come on, even I could like have a better motion than Tim.
He doesn't look at the plate.
He's like looking over here, and he's like that ball's coming in at 27 miles an hour.
That's exactly
like
right.
Gina Davis is throwing the ball harder in a league of their own, which by the way probably should be in this.
Great movie.
Well,
great
and
movie.
we were trying to look. We had to cut some. That one didn't quite make the cut.
Called trimming the fat.
But you're a big
Stone's
boxing.
fault.
Yeah, it's my fault. You're a big boxing movie.
Yeah,
fan.
there are definitely not enough boxing movies.
Well, let's go down to the boxing / hockey section here.
I like
in
that.
in the region here. We're starting off with Raging Bull versus Cinderella Man. Where are you going?
It would be kind of a sin to not pick Raging Bull here.
You think so? Is it a must?
So I'm not a huge Scorsese fan. I really am not. I have some problems with him. I like his later work better, but Cinderella Man it's got problems as a script. It's about 20 minutes too long. Russell Crowe's great in it, but it's just, I remember watching it in the theater and being mildly disappointed by it. Raging Bull is about a deeply unlikable person, and it's also kind of a masterpiece. So I'll go Raging Bull.
I think most people would agree with you. I would pick Cinderella Man. I just love it. And a fun fact, we got shown Cinderella Man when I was playing football at Michigan. We watched a film every Friday. Russell Crowe's PR team heard about it. He came and gave us a pregame speech before we played Notre Dame in the first game I ever got a snap in. So that
so that's
sentimental
that's a
value.
different thing.
But I do really love Cinderella Man. But you're going Raging Bull. All right, how about Miracle versus Mighty Ducks? Two very different movies, but hockey movies.
Big Gordon Bombay guy.
So I think Miracle is one of the great underrated movies. Miracle is great.
Yeah.
Miracle is great. And Kurt Russell is fantastic in it. He should have been nominated for Best Actor for it because it's really one of his better performances. It's a really, really good movie. And the fact that they cast actual hockey players and taught them how to act rather than casting actors and teaching them how to play hockey means that the action is really well filmed. So this again counts as like an actual sports movie, right? This is a movie about the sporting event. And it's great. Miracle's super underrated, so I'll give Miracle over Mighty Ducks. I do like Mighty Ducks, and my kids like Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're exactly right. I mean,
You guys-
I agree 100%.
Yeah,
Mighty
I'm not
Ducks.
gonna not pick us beating the Russians.
Well, just remember at some
Who do you
point,
think
though,
I am?
Yeah, at some point though, it's always knuckle puck time.
It's knuckle puck time.
He winds up. He scores!
It is knuckle puck
Look,
time.
we
Flying
get
V.
the Flying V.
Gordon Bombay, baby.
true.
So that means Raging Bull, Scorsese's black and white masterpiece, against Rocky, which got the first round bye.
Yeah, so I'll take Rocky here. The original Rocky is a terrific film.
It is.
It's really gritty, and people forget how gritty it is because the sequels are so cartoonish. But the first movie is fantastic. And honestly, like, I'm going to make the unpopular case that there should have been no more Rocky movies after the first Rocky. Because the whole point of the movie is that he doesn't win. That's the whole point, right? That he stays, I mean, so it's based on Chuck Wepner. The entire film is based on the idea that he stays in the ring with Muhammad Ali, right? I mean, that's who Apollo Creed is supposed to be. The one thing I will say that's really funny about the sporting aspect of it is that Carl Weathers would kick the living hell out of Sylvester Stallone. I mean, that is not even a question. Like Carl Weathers, who plays Apollo Creed, was like he was I think he was drafted to like the LA Raiders. And when you watch him flick a jab versus when you watch Stallone flick a jab,
Yeah.
I mean, Weathers would just knock the living hell out of him. There's no question.
Well, even in Happy Gilmore, Carl Weathers still looks like he could get in the ring and fight somebody.
That's
I mean,
true.
he's a big guy.
And Predator, too, with Arnold, right?
He's a monster, Carl Weathers. So
That's- yeah.
But I'll take Rocky. It's a great script. It's a real auteur movie because he starred in it and wrote it, which is pretty impressive.
All right, next one up, The Fighter, which is another great boxing movie, and that's up against, what did you pick, Miracle or Mighty Ducks?
I took Miracle.
Miracle against The Fighter.
So I'm gonna go with the upside. I'm gonna take Miracle here. I didn't love The Fighter as much as a lot of people did. So I'm not as big a David O. Russell fan as some
Really?
others are. I think it's a great performance by Christian Bale, but the movie kind of left me cold, honestly. But it's again, the critics might disagree.
No, I think it was somewhat of an overrated movie when you look at some of the other fantastic boxing movies. Not that, look, Christian, every time Christian gets in a movie, he's going to ball. That's just what he does. But I agree 100%.
So then to finish that off, Rocky against The Miracle.
I'll take Rocky here.
Wow. Rocky coming out of that region.
Raging Bull. I have no idea what that movie is. Raging Bull.
Have you seen
Get
the
out.
movie?
Raging Bull. I thought
Name
that was
the
like
movie.
a.
Name-
Have you
I
seen
thought that was
the
like an
movie?
It Man
just-
Jackie Chan film.
What are the movies you've
That it
seen?
was.
I feel like
Send him home
I've
with a
seen,
list.
name
like,
all of them.
Raging Bull. I mean, literally, you can probably take the percentage of people my age who've seen that. 20%.
When The Wrestler came out.
20% maybe, man.
The Wrestler came out. Darren Aronofsky's movie came out when I was in college. And
Yeah.
the person who took me to see it said, "This is our generation's Raging Bull." So it was already like.
Yeah, so first of all, it's not, because Darren Aronofsky is the most overrated director living.
Did you like The Wrestler, though?
Was that?
Did you like The
No,
Wrestler?
I hate The Wrestler. And I hate everything Darren Aronofsky does. Everything. Every single thing he does is garbage.
Yeah.
He's the most overrated director. I'm the biggest Darren Aronofsky opponent living. On the
No Black Swan for you.
Black Swan is
No Requiem for a Dream.
garbage.
Yeah,
Followed by
I did hate his
weirds
version
me
of
out.
Noah. I did.
Noah is both garbage and blasphemous.
Is Black Swan Natalie Portman?
Yes.
I can't go against that.
Yeah,
So
Blaine's got the Google machine over there. He's spark notes again. He's like, "Oh yeah, Black Swan, Natalie Portman. God, that was a great one." It was an allegory, right? That's what it was. All right, Blaine, you want to take the top right football, and then once we get down to get into the Final Four, we'll go back.
Yeah, I would love to. All right, let's start it off with Rudy versus Friday Night Lights. We all know it's going against established right now. Rudy was offside.
He was offside.
in that play.
Stop jumping off sides.
So, Ben, give me your thoughts and just make sure you pick.
I mean, actually, I want
Friday
to
Night
get
Lights.
Cone's take on this, because he's the football guy.
Blaine said, give me your thoughts, but make sure you pick Friday Night Lights.
Where'd Rudy play again?
Notre Dame.
Exactly. Friday night, the other one.
Yeah.
Whatever the other movie is.
I agree. I think it's Friday Night Lights.
I'll
Have
take
you
Friday.
seen both of these, Ben?
I have.
Okay,
I'll
good.
take Friday Night Lights
Okay,
here.
that's funny.
Fun fact, also Vince Vaughn is the quarterback. It's another Vince Vaughn reference, is the quarterback in Rudy. Now, a lot of
That
people
is
remember
true.
that. And also, Rudy, apparently, according to Joe Montana, was not a great guy. Wasn't the best
Yeah, there's some
guy.
real. He had some subsequent life issues,
Yeah.
is my
Like,
understanding.
It's, and I'm, it's
One,
not-
I guess one life issue was him being offside.
Yeah, it's a bad start.
You
Like,
get on
pun
sides.
intended.
Step one.
It's a false
All right,
start.
let's go
Also,
down.
also the first season of Friday Night Lights, the TV show, is very good.
It is.
My wife
Kinda
says
goes
the
off the
same
rails.
thing.
TV. I just
Kinda
don't
goes off the
like the
rails.
TV series.
Smash Williams, like,
just don't like-
that was a great. It was good.
Once the kid was in the
casting, I thought
wheelchair, I was
Yeah.
done.
Okay.
Once the kid was in the wheelchair, I was done.
Yeah.
I was done. How you getting cheated on?
like the
guy?
first-
At least you've heard
The first episode.
At least you've heard of that
Exactly.
one.
It's a real LeBron situation. I read the cover.
Well, that's the only thing apparently that
LeBron's
LeBron
taking a
touches.
hard
they
one to
can-
the chin right there for no reason.
They can get red or do math.
All right, next up, we got Waterboy versus Kingpin.
Nice. Got some
Can
bowling.
I say
action.
something?
thought the key-
Can I
Can,
something
say the
important?
thing.
I think the Waterboy is one of the greatest comedies of all time. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. If you're a football person and you grew up like in it, it's just, and you've been to Louisiana, it's just hilarious.
We should have put this against Happy Gilmore.
That would have made sense.
Oh, God, see, that would create like a time warp. Like that's not fair.
So there are very few movies I hate as much as Waterboy.
Ben,
Do tell.
Ben, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Okay, so here's my Waterboy story. What year did Waterboy come out? This is like 99 maybe?
Yeah,
it was
that
around
sounds
Yeah,
right.
and so I'm like mid-teenager, and I go to Blockbuster, and for some reason my dad had taken my sisters out,
98.
and so it's my mom and I are renting a movie at Blockbuster, and I'm like 14 or 15 years old, and we're like, what's out? And my mom's like, well, maybe The Waterboy. I've never seen it, and what is it? And I was like, I don't know what it is, so we rent it. That's not a movie to watch with your mom. let me
No,
tell
it's
you.
not. No, it's not.
So we're sitting there, and we just didn't know what the hell was going on. So in order to understand this, I feel like, number one, you have to have grown up in football land.
Yeah.
Two, you have to probably have grown up in the South to truly understand
Oh,
it.
it's
True.
perfect.
So I'm an Orthodox Jew from Los Angeles. Like, we don't play tackle football because I'm a violinist, and that might hurt my feelings, right? So like, this is not my movie. And him playing a person who can't speak English because he's got a disability, and that being the joke the entire movie, it wasn't my cup of tea. I will defer to the majority here. But just gonna say, it's not a dictatorship. It's
about you.
It is
man.
when I come.
It's about you.
when-
It's
when I
about
come-
you. They know where.
Well, how about
we suck.
Kingpin? You like
Kingpin's great
Kingpin?
too. But can I just say this? Imagining young Ben Shapiro watching The Waterboy with his mother is just.
A snake don't
That
have
is one
parts.
of the. That is just a great. That's a hilarious.
We
image.
didn't even know what was going on. My mom kept saying, we were half an hour in, and I kept saying, this is not good. My mom was like, but it's going to get good. So we ended up going through the whole movie with her saying it's going to get good. And we're 3 minutes from there. I'm like, Mom, the runtime on this film is like an hour 45. Like, it's over already. There's no more. Yeah.
Anybody
Kingpin's great too. You want to go Kingpin?
I've never seen Kingpin, so I'm just going to defer to you guys.
It's that Bill Murray.
Do you want to change it to Happy Gilmore?
Hilarious.
Have you seen Happy Gilmore?
I have seen Happy Gilmore.
Ooh, we can change it to Happy Gilmore.
Wow, calling an audible here.
Yeah, we are. Oh, there's your football term. Right
There it is.
Happy Gilmore. Ooh, what you're picking between those? You're going.
Happy Gilmore wasn't on the list and somehow just automatically gets in the second
There was an
round.
NCAA violation by the.
Well, the
team that was in
natural is
tournament.
getting knocked out in the first, but that's all right.
Jeremy Pruitt's fault.
Okay.
Let's go. Then we got Remember the Titans versus Friday Night Lights.
Oh.
God, kick me in the groin and run away.
Yes, that's what it's like. Ring the doorbell. And
That's a tough one.
This
That's a tough one.
That is hard.
recent hate with me, to be honest. I'm a huge Friday Night Lights guy. I'm a big Chavo guy. What a play he made on that toss sweep. Take it back to the crib.
I'd much rather take Chavo than Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling
being a
was
liability
in
at
the Barbie movie, and he was an absolute liability at corner. So I'm going.
He was.
I'm going Friday Night.
I'll go with you. I agree with that.
You like Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. God, that's a great matchup.
Okay, then we got
That's a good one.
Happy Gilmore making a late entry.
Happy
Late
Gilmore.
entry.
Watch it one. There's a St. Peter's of the group. Happy Gilmore versus any given Sunday. Tough one here.
Oh, I'm going to.
Have you seen both?
I have.
Okay.
I have seen both. So
What is?
there's some serious flaws to Any Given Sunday, but I'm going to take Any Given Sunday here. So Any Given Sunday, first of all, like, it would be weird if, I mean, you tell me, do people actually gouge each other's eyeballs out?
No. And
Well,
that's where it
Brandon
gets-
Spikes says.
Yeah.
But the way that it's portrayed in that movie is a little bit intense, and he shouldn't have done that.
That's so over the top. There's no necessity
It takes
for that.
away from it.
But I will say that the kind of momentum of the action as filmed is really compelling.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, again, like, if Miracle is a very well-filmed hockey movie because it feels like hockey, I've never been on the field for football because, as said, I'm a violinist and these hands are valuable. And this face has made millions for all of us.
That's your moneymaker, right?
This is the moneymaker. So
For
this
sure.
stays far away from any contact sport. But with that said, like, you tell me on the football field of Any Given Sunday, it feels like a good representation of the speed of the game.
Yes, and I heard the first time that it was edited, like Oliver Stone went into the editor and was like, "This isn't even close to how chaotic I want this." And he's inserting all the Ben-Hur footage, and there's this gladiatorial element to it, which is awesome. But it got up to like 3,000 or 4,000 cuts by the time it was done because he wanted it that chaotic. I love that, and there's a lot of handheld. That's how the football field is.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
It
I felt like if you'd reined it in by like just this much, it would be it's a good movie, but it would be a truly great movie if you'd reined it in by like.
quick side note: the speech that Al Pacino gives, the inch by inch will grow that hill, inch by inch. I actually did that. I had to take drama in high school, like a class, and that was like the final project. I gave that. We finished. Me and my boy finished third in Troy at the.
Is there a video
But-
of that? Is there a video of that?
Huh?
We'll make some calls.
Yeah.
We'll get the video.
I think we
of that.
burned
I
that
didn't
one.
take drama in high school because I like females. Anyways,
Wow.
let's go to Friday Night
I'm married
Lights.
to one. I just got married to one. Jury's still out on you, bud.
You're a spy. Who knows what you're hiding?
Yeah.
Let's go to Friday Night Lights versus Any Given Sunday to wrap it up.
I'll take Friday Night
Come
Lights.
home,
yes.
Ben. You're damn right you will.
Yeah.
Come on.
High school football,
Come on.
baby.
Come on.
Yeah.
Run home, Jack. Speaking of hook. All right, bottom right here. You want to come back to me?
Yeah, do it.
All right. So Space Jam is getting a bye.
How does Space Jam get a bye?
Yeah, what the hell,
Because
guys?
the greatest basketball player of all time.
made
I
this
guess.
list,
Who
man?
made
I don't
this?
know who did
Who made this list?
Space
Justine.
Golly.
Justine.
gets a bye.
ridiculous.
Space Jam gets a bye.
And White Man Can't Jump the second one.
Wow.
And Space Jam the first
There's only
one.
one.
Definitely.
Oh my
There's,
God.
there's only
There
one.
is only
We're
one.
not going to count whatever.
You're right.
we
All right. So
Okay.
we've got this is kind of the a little bit of randomness here. Hoosiers versus Warrior.
You guys turned me on to Warrior. I loved it too.
You guys, this guy.
Were
Yeah.
you the one who told me
Hey,
about
Dave,
it?
you're such a
He
me
gets enough
guy.
credit.
I
You're
enjoyed
such a
it.
me guy.
Throw me a
Well, he
freaking
told me
bone
about
here.
Division 3 then.
Yeah.
I did.
I like Warrior, but I'll take Hoosiers.
Damn it,
You
Ben.
really like Hoosiers a lot?
I
got to, right?
I do like Hoosiers a lot.
It's got to be
I
different.
do like and well, no,
It's gotta be
that there I'm with the critics. I mean,
Yeah, look.
Hoosiers, is that
Don't. Don't.
who's the coach?
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman.
Hackman.
I was about to say, if you
Hackman.
say you haven't watched Hoosiers, you're a liar
I've
because
seen-
I've known you longer than
Just-
you've known you.
Well, was Glory Road not deserving to be on here?
I don't think so.
No?
Great movie, but it's not making the cut.
Okay. Booby Miles.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now, this is an absolute war right here.
Mhm.
Caddyshack versus The Legend of Bagger Vance.
And before you answer, you need to know there's a certain person on this set who was in The Legend of Bagger.
You tell everybody. I'd love that you tell everybody. This
12
story.
years old.
wow.
Filmed in Savannah. I was an extra. So I'm not trying to sway your decision, but go ahead.
God. So
There's a kid that runs across the street with an ice cream cone, you know?
Yeah,
the one
6'8".
the one thing I hate about The Legend of Bagger Vance, to be honest with you, is there was this extra in it.
Broke my feelings.
I just hate it.
I couldn't suspend my disbelief.
I'd go Caddyshack, to be honest.
I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably go.
Yeah, I
Caddyshack
think
here.
most people would.
I mean,
Not
By the way-
Robert Redford's best film.
the
honestly.
one thing I'll say about so The Legend of Bagger Vance is a great book. The book is great. The book is better than the movie. So we're three.
And that's
have you read a book?
Stephen.
I know you haven't seen any movies, but
Have you read a
I'm on my LeBron stuff. I read the cover. So yes, I read the book.
That's
100%.
Stephen Pressfield.
Yes.
Stephen Pressfield wrote that.
His stuff is really good. Stephen Pressfield writes excellent battle books as well.
Gates of Fire or what's the other?
Yeah, you know, okay.
Okay, I'm
You
good.
know.
That was a big Art of War.
Next bracket.
He wrote a great one about
War of Art.
He wrote one about the 6-Day War also.
Director's
actually.
cut.
This-
All right.
yeah.
I was a big Matt Christopher guy.
Yeah.
That's good. This is good too.
Yeah, Matt Christopher's a good call.
The Dirt Bike Kid.
Yeah.
One Swing You're Out. God, great books. All right, next one. This is.
So I got put out in the first round. Is that right?
Yeah, you're sorry.
Bag of Ants, is that
well,
right?
yeah, good job, Calipari.
Hey, y'all running TCU round one.
Yeah,
That's fair.
that's
The two movies that you had a personal connection with, Cinderella Man and this one, both
this
took
is
it in
sorry.
the first
And the natural. And the natural.
And the natural.
You're out of here.
Favorite movie of all
3 strikes, you're out, bud.
all right, Space Jam versus Hoosiers. I think this is a walk.
Yeah,
I think Hoosiers is walking.
I of course.
You agree?
Space
What?
Jam is one of the worst movies ever made. It's Space Jam.
The LeBron
Blaine's
one?
over there having
The
a
LeBron
stroke.
one.
Space Jam's one of the worst movies ever made with Michael in it.
Yes.
What is?
He's like, but that's like Michael on the White Sox, not like Michael on the Bulls.
Yeah.
Like that's not
I'm guessing
not the best of Michael.
Do you hate Airbud too?
Golden
No,
Receiver?
Airbud would have been.
How's Airbud's not? How's Airbud not in this list?
I agree.
Is
with you.
Airbud
He's a golden
a sports
retriever.
movie?
He averaged 17 a game.
Is Airbud a sports movie?
Airbud
or
is
is it a
both a-
movie with sports in it?
It's a sports movie with a dog in it, my friend.
Yeah.
That is Airbud is a.
It's hard to beat.
And I will say the sequel,
Airbud is-
Airbud, Golden Receiver, not bad.
Can't say I've seen that one.
Not bad. Well, you need to watch it.
So we're going Hoosiers. Whatever.
It's a cinematic match.
Okay, so what are we at? Caddyshack and White Man
Caddyshack
Can't
and White Man Can't Jump.
Jump?
Disgusting to me, to be honest.
I'll take the racist one.
Yeah.
But White Man Can't Jump is a good movie.
It is.
It is.
I'll take
It
White
is
Man
good.
Can't Jump.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, you look at, he won the dunk contest. And
All right, so to make it to the
Like
Final Four,
crazy.
Hoosiers versus White Men Can't Jump. 2 movies that could not be more different.
Yeah, I'll take Hoosiers.
Hoosiers.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
coming
Hoosiers
out of the
'cause I don't
bracket.
believe in the whole premise.
Coming out of
White
the
Man Can't
region.
Jump.
I appreciate
it's
that.
crap.
Equity. I love it.
I can touch rim, so
Yeah. It's-
I can't really talk about it.
right, and we're still so proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The fact that you have to brag about touching rim really reinforces.
Yeah, that's why there's a movie.
That's why I did.
That's why it got made.
Yeah, it's like not even dunk. I can touch the rim. All right, so going back up to the baseball one to make to the Final Four, Field of Dreams, Angels in the outfield.
Yeah, that's Field of Dreams.
Yeah, it's got to be right.
So that's the Final Four, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Final
Field
Four.
of
Pretty solid. I
Dreams.
feel like this is a solid.
This is.
four right here. This is
Field
actually
of
a very
Dreams,
solid.
Rocky.
I don't know, Ben. I think
What's on the right side?
It's, Friday Night Lights. Blaine's just over here losing his mind. All right, so let's start on the right side. Big Final Four matchup. Everybody's talking about
The
it.
only thing you've seen is like Paw Patrol.
That's it.
Like 7
well,
years old.
that
This
and
guy's
Oh, Paw Patrol, yeah.
Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol.
Come on.
and Baki.
Yeah, he's
You've seen Baki.
That's the one anime that I've seen. That and One Punch Man.
like watching True on Netflix this year.
Look.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, he's big.
And
have
the
you
Rainbow
seen the new
Kingdom.
Puss in Boots movie?
I'm a big Lego movie guy.
I mean,
That's
come on, let's
actually
be
not
honest.
bad.
That's, Lego movies aren't bad.
No, it's not,
Puss in
they're not.
Boots
They're not bad at all.
But what's the last great sports movie that's came out?
See, now you're getting too deep. We're trying
See?
to see who's getting to the ship here.
Let's run down the
Okay.
rabbit hole for a little bit.
God, hardball. Should we put hardball in here?
Hardball's good.
Hardball, G-Baby, Moneyball.
I cry every time.
God, dude.
I cry like a 5-year-old. Anyways, Field of Dreams. Go ahead.
How did Brian's song not make the list? There's so much. The Champ. There's like
We could have made.
do
There could
100
have been.
We should have just done. Next time we do this, we're
164.
just gonna do one boxing one and one baseball
Let's
one.
go
Okay.
sport by sport.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
do that.
I like
Sure.
that. The
Let's do that.
superlatives. All right, let's go right side. Friday Night Lights versus Hoosiers. Buckle up, boys. Buckle up.
Lollipop in the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, Dallas Carter.
I'm gonna take Friday Night Lights.
God, I'm with that.
Wow,
I'm
look
so
at
with
that. Friday Night Lights.
I'm so
High
with
school
that.
football love right there.
It's true. It's just different. It's like the
Purest
SEC.
form.
Just means more. All right, then on the left side, Field of Dreams
It's-
versus Rocky.
That's a brutal battle.
This
That-
really
that
is.
that is
This
really
feels
rough.
like Rocky.
That's super.
Like watching it.
That's super rough. Man, I'm gonna take Field of Dreams here
Yeah.
again
I mean,
because you don't cry at the end of Rocky. It's great.
What's your
Yeah.
thoughts on the Creed movies?
Overrated.
very
Sucks.
overrated.
Overrated.
It's not good.
They're not
I-
good.
The entire premise is kind of screwed up. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot more there, and they just didn't do
It
anything.
seems like a money grab to me. Just a
It-
pure money grab. That's
it
all
was.
it was.
It was. And then like how many? First of all, like you're bringing back like Drago's kid, and like it's
yeah,
just like
oh boy gets out of prison. Now he's over here. Just
You're doing too much.
relationships. You're doing way too much.
Too less.
So I
Now it
shouldn't,
just looks like
so I
you're
shouldn't
boogie-
watch them.
Now it just looks like
No,
you're boogie.
you're not missing anything. You're not going to be
it's-
worth.
they're not unbelievable.
No, I'm sure Dave will love it.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You like crappy movies.
What is that supposed to I'm going to deal with you later.
That's smart.
All right,
seen the other
here's the
guys?
championship.
What?
The other guys?
Yes,
What's your thoughts on that?
it's great.
David? Yes.
Ben Shapiro.
Yes.
Ben Shapiro likes
Oh,
the other
my
guy.
goodness.
I thought
Point
for
proven.
sure
I don't even care what we pick in the championship now.
Point proven, David.
Aim for the bushes, David.
Yep.
Aim for the
I hate
bushes,
that
bud.
movie so much.
All right, here we go. Now, look, it's house money now. Just hit on 16. Who cares? Field of Dreams,
All right.
Friday Night Lights. Can we go round before Ben answers here for the
Which,
championship?
out of those two? Yeah, let's do it.
All right, what are you going with, David? You're going first.
Oh, I'll take Friday Night Lights, man. High school football.
Hey.
You gotta love it.
What a bug.
McGraw.
Coach.
What a
Good job,
bug.
Hey, what are you?
Give me Mike Winchell and the boys. Apparently there was a holding call on the defense. They didn't
Dallas
throw.
Carter?
Didn't call
Yeah.
it.
Didn't call it.
Change
that.
the game.
Yep.
Crap.
Change the game.
One
Friday Night
play.
Lights,
One play, a
hands
win or
down.
lose it.
And I don't
And it's
typically
not
blame
the
refs.
series either. Trash.
I'm with you on that.
Trash.
They should have called it. It was blatant. Typically, I'm not referees cost you the game type guy. At that point, it's ridiculous. Oh, see, now you got me all fired up. I'm going Friday Night Lights. I've got to go Friday Night. Field of Dreams, great, fantastic movie. Love it. Emotional at the end.
Is it?
It.
Is it really? Is it a great movie?
My offensive guard ruined the end of Friday Night Lights for me, by the way, before I got to
How
see
do
it.
you even? Oh, he just told
Talking about it, he went and saw it the night before, talking about it behind me. I said, hey, don't ruin the ending. I haven't seen it yet. Blah, 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 blah. I guess talking ruins the ending of it. You know?
So we know where you're
Well, we kind of ruined the ending. Well, Ben, who would you pick?
Well, no, we gotta build it. It's suspense. It's like baseball.
As always, I'm against the crowd. Field of Dreams.
Gotta be
Field
different.
of Dreams.
Field of Dreams. Also,
You know it's
because,
gonna be a baseball
again,
movie, though?
Baseball over football, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a baseball guy.
Yeah.
Not a-
You got to stick to your guns. I love it.
Yeah.
I
I
love
love
it.
it too.
Tell us in the comments who's your winner out of this, and why is it Friday Night Lights? Tell us who your winner is and why it's Friday Night Lights. But Ben, it's always
Great
so
to see you.
Great to see you, my friend. Next time we'll do one sport. I love the one sport idea.
Let's do that.
I love the one sport idea, and we love if you subscribe.